Hey everyone, welcome to another hypnotic video. Today, we're gonna talk about summer 2024 shoe trends. I know y'all love a good trend and all that. You come here to get trend inspiration. So I'm already telling you what's coming. Roll the intro, folks. Hi, I'm Fabiola Kasim, and you're on the Hypnotic channel, the coolest channel around. We're here to help you out because think about it, on the bright side, we can either help you save money or make you spend a lot of it. So it's your choice. In this case, I'm gonna help you save money because I'm gonna talk about the creator of the Pipette sandal, and now we have the creator of the Fisherman sandal. Yes, do you know what that is? First, subscribe and then I'll explain. So guys, the Fisherman sandal is that fishing sandal, that fisherman sandal. There aren't even words for it. Melissa used to have them. Do you remember that? That plastic Melissa that everyone used to wear that came in all sorts of colors that hurt your feet, that made your feet stink? Now we have that same sandal in a leather version, a more polished version, and everyone is wearing it with socks, without socks. And there are some things, guys, that I even tell you, like, hey, look at it from a different perspective. I try to open your mind and you go along with it, you know? But in this case, I just can't go along because for me, those Pipette sandals, Crocs, and these sandals, horrible. Why not?
It's awful. It's shocking. It makes me feel bad.
In the case of this sandal, you can even find some cuter versions, like those made of finer leather with a thinner sole. But with Crocs, guys, it just makes things worse. It could be Balenciaga or whatever brand, I still think it's hideous. Tapete sandals, same thing. I've seen some that cost a fortune from Chanel and other brands. They're really ugly. And look, I have several friends who wear them. So they hate what I say, but I say it anyway. I'm not gonna keep it to myself. I'm not gonna be rude. So if she asks me, I'll say it, but I don't like it, and I make it clear that I don't like it. So here I'm gonna show you the versions, so you can understand what I think. First, we're talking about these plastic ones, the Melissas, all that stuff that was part of many people's childhoods here, if you're over 40. Over 40 years old, right? This is the Prada version that I think is really ugly. It's that injected plastic, the same sole they used on some loafers, but this is the Prada sandal. If you take off the sole, it becomes a Franciscan sandal. There are brands that make basic versions of it for men. For men, there's always been this thing with Franciscan sandals, right? But honestly, this one, especially with this platform, is really something else. Oh, and if you add the platform, then it's a disaster. Here we have the Prada knockoff with a slightly chunkier and lower sole and with socks to make things even worse, but hey, some people like it. As if that wasn't enough, we have the Free People version made in collaboration with Doc Martens, which is a mix between gladiator and fisherman sandals, and this is what came out of it. Open at the front, it comes up a bit around the ankle, and you get this beauty you're seeing here. Personally, I don't like it. But maybe someone watching this video absolutely loves it, so go for it. I'll just say one thing, don't invest in this type of shoe because it's gonna go out of style really fast. It's not something you're gonna wear all the time, every summer. If you don't have a lot of money, but you love this sandal, buy a cheaper one, preferably without that chunky sole. Go for a flatter sole. This one was made by Churches, and it's a sandal without the chunky sole, with the classic leather sole. They made them for men and for women, and it's more closed on top, so I think it looks a bit classier. It gives a more elegant touch to a girl's feet. Here's the sandal viewed from above. Well, this one isn't from Churches, but it has a rubber sole. When shoes have a leather sole, guys, they're more expensive. When the shoe has a rubber sole, it's cheaper. Understand this dynamic, this logic, and then you'll always know why you're paying more or less for a shoe. Because, for example, Church's shoes are handmade. They're made entirely of leather, stitched together, and they really are expensive. The size of Church's shoes is written by hand with a pen showing who made it and the shoe size. It's amazing. Then there's a version of this, for example, it's a more classic sandal, one of those older styles. She wanted to do a high-low look here, so she paired it with these frilly ankle socks, which add a feminine touch to the sandal because the sandal itself is more masculine. Look, I love men's shoes, but this sandal, I would totally pass on. Here we have a version from Zara. Yes, dear, this is the Zara version, and it's really cute because overall you get the sandal and the style everyone's wearing. You have the rubber sole, which isn't that expensive, and you can be like, wow, I'm super cool, I'm following the trend and all, and you don't spend as much. Because if you go for, I don't know, here in Brazil, you'd spend like 10,000, 8,000 on a sandal like this from Prada or Miu Miu or whoever made it, or even Churches, which is way more expensive, and it'll just end up sitting in your closet. You won't be able to stand wearing it anymore. I'm absolutely sure of it. So I'm helping you save your money. Look, if I were forced to wear these sandals, like Sabiola, you're gonna buy these sandals. You're gonna wear these sandals. I'd be that woman all dressed in off-white with a navy blue blazer and leather sandals on my feet. This sandal here, I don't know who made it, but I'll say this. Celine made a sandal like this, except it also has a chunky sole, so for me that's just too much. This one is classy, but at the same time, it's not as clunky as the others I've seen. Like this one. This one is really ugly, guys. This one, like, besides the strap being thick, the sole is ugly, the strap is ugly, everything about it is ugly. When you go to pick one of these sandals, at least choose a cute one. Abroad, they wear them a lot with socks. So look at this girl. She's all dressed in basic black with ankle socks, and instead of sneakers, she's wearing these sandals. Overall, the whole look is really interesting. It looks nice, you know? I'd look and say, wow, what a cool girl, but it's just not for me. So that's why, guys, I'm impartial here. I'm talking, I'm showing a video, I'm showing to the trend, but that doesn't necessarily mean I have it in my closet. There are things I say I like, and there are things that really just aren't for me. It's not that the sandal was in the latest fashion season, because we're gonna see the latest fashion season next year. Remember that? This shoe has been around since last year. There was even a pointier version, there were loafers, mules, and everything else, from Prada with that injected sole, and then the leather one with the little sole that I thought was prettier, you know, more interesting, looking at it in the context of the people whose street looks I was analyzing. When I work up the courage, I'm just gonna go for it and say, can I take a picture of your outfit? I promise. Another version that I also think is really ugly, the straps are too closed, bulky, and the sole's like a sneaker. So every time you go to choose, really think about it. Pick the thinner straps, make sure the buckle isn't bulky either, and go for a slightly thinner leather sole. Keep these factors in mind, and I'm sure you'll be able to find your own pair if you like this style. And this goes for both guys and girls, okay? That's it. The full article's on the website, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Kisses. Bye. Crocs are really ugly. There's just no way that shoe can be good looking. There isn't.